So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hey.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot.
Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Kick it!
Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hi, and welcome to the LaTangela Show. You know, it does my heart well to have those in the hot seat and on the tan line that's out and about making it happen day after day and just being creative and the art of storytelling. That's what I like to call it. You know, stranger to the world of entertainment, none other than Sir Dallas Jackson. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well. I'm here. I'm happy.
I love it. And I know this is your first trip to the Madhouse. Just promise in advance that it will not be your last.
No, I'm having fun so far. So I will definitely come back if you let me.
Absolutely. And as outside begins to reopen and you make your way to Louisiana, I want you to make this a field trip and I'm your official tour guide. Get you some snowballs and some crawfish etouffee, and we'll do one of these movie premiere screenings while you're here.
That's all you had to say. Can we do some hurricanes and some gumbo? That's cool.
Say less. Done deal.
All right. That's all you had to say. We're going to shoot the next one right down there. And they do have a nice tax credit, I'll say that, in New Orleans to shoot movies. So,
right.
Yeah, we can definitely figure that out. All you had to say to me was gumbo, and I was there anyway.
I love it. It's a field trip in the making. And, you know, you've been with the world of entertainment for quite some time. How did you know that you wanted to take this from a hobby or just the love of it into turning it into a career that was going to enhance lives of the viewers that really just grasped your concepts?
Well, I think the origin of it is that I was a kid that would go to video stores, if you remember those, Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And I'd catch the bus by myself, go get 8 movies and come back and watch them. And my mama was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, I love this. And then my father, when I was a kid, I was like 11 or 12, Hollywood Shuffle was playing at one theater. I'm from Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
Hollywood Shuffle was playing at one theater, the Ogden Theater. And he took me to see it, and it just lit a fire. And the legend, if people don't know, the legend of Robert Townsend, who wrote and starred and directed Hollywood Shuffle, was that he had made that movie with his credit card for $30,000 or whatever it was. And so I saw somebody who looked like me, much older, but at that point I was like, oh, he's a black man that made a movie that was good, that figured out how to get it out. And so that lit a fire underneath me. And then when things like School Days and Different World came along, inspired me to go to Howard. And once I got to Howard, I knew I was majoring in film and TV.
I love it. And, you know, it's important because representation, it does matter. As a youngster, you saw it and it lit a fire in you. So you can only imagine the fire that you light in others. And now that we live in such a microwave generation to where people are looking for instant gratification, it's important that you tell your story in your words so they know it didn't just happen overnight. What looks like an overnight success to others, no, that was you getting on the bus watching 8 movies a day, not because you didn't have anything to do, but because it piqued your interest. And then from there, you started taking notes. You wanted to know more about the storytellers, and you became one. Even now with your latest, here it is, The System. I have questions that need answers.
I'm here to answer them.
And you're in this film.
Yes, and I'm gonna just say this to what you were saying. Absolutely, it is 20 years overnight, right? At least. And so when you go on a journey to want to be a creative, when you want to be a director or a writer or a producer or a radio show host or create a podcast, these things take time. And what youth need to understand is that if you want to be it, study it and stay on that path. And that path is going to take some time to get to where you want to go. Because if it comes fast, it will leave fast.
Absolutely.
So you are absolutely preaching the right message in that it starts early and you have to stay dedicated. So I'm sorry. I will now answer your questions.
And I'm glad that you said that because, see, that D word is like a dirty word around here, dedication. because everybody
Mm-hmm.
has so many options. One day we're dedicated to this, and then ooh, another shiny token is in front of us, and we forget this part of the dedication and go on to something else. So we don't really hone in on our talents on this or stay focused or dedicated to something. Over your overnight blink of 2 decades plus success, have you ever had a moment where you felt like the dedication just was not paying off and I just want to do something else? Or what was that
Oh,
pivotal
sure.
moment that just made you want to keep going?
Well, look, you have to stay consistent even in the dark. It's going to be in the light, but when you're in the dark, you have to stay consistent. And I had sold, once I got out of Howard, my first writing partner went to Howard with me, and we sold our first 5 or 6 screenplays. I mean, we had been in LA for about a year. He was here for 2 years. And then we got on this little run, and our first manager went to Howard. His name was Tafra Carew. He co-created Martin Show.
Wow.
So we sold our first 5 or 6 screenplays, and I'd even gotten a movie made with Master P called Uncle P, which comes on BET every once in a while. I wrote the sequel to About It called About It Too. But my
Uh,
on the video box, Skinny D wrote that. That was my name in college.
okay.
Uh, so I'd had that run of success, and then for some reason things didn't happen after that, and I went through about 5 years of nothing, and all that little money I'd had from selling scripts had dried up. The Master P money had dried up. I was renting a home in Baldwin Hills. I had to move out of that and move my 2 babies and wife into a 1 bedroom apartment in South Central LA. And this was after being in the trades. This is after selling scripts. This was me thinking I had already made it. And I was in that 1 bedroom apartment for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did in those 4 years was continue to write. Not because I knew I was coming out of this darkness. I just knew that the only thing that had gotten me early success was being consistent and staying creative. And so when I was in that 1 bedroom apartment, my wife wrote this pilot called Rebel, and which we ended up making with John Singleton. I met John Singleton in that 1 bedroom apartment. He transformed me to a director by allowing me to follow him and shadow him around. And that led to me being able to direct my first movie, which was Thriller for Blumhouse. It was on Netflix. It's moving to Peacock, so you can't watch it right now. But
oh, I'll be there to watch it. I already got my popcorn on reserve. Just tell me when it's a go.
I will. It was on Netflix for 2 years, and the license ran out. Blah blah blah. But anyway, staying consistent in that 1 bedroom apartment also made me realize that you things gonna go up, things gonna go down. You keep doing what you do, which is being creative and staying consistent. And that TV show and that movie got us out of that 1 bedroom apartment. Yeah. And I have never looked back in terms of, I remember that experience in that 1 bedroom apartment for 4 years because it was crazy, but it also lit a fire that you cannot rest, even though you're successful or what you think might be successful. You cannot rest. You have to stay consistent. And I don't mean you can't rest like, your mind, the body needs rest.
Yeah.
But you can't get comfortable in thinking I made it, because that moment will come and you didn't plant no seeds the past year or two because you was partying, and that will pay off. That won't pay off for you. So, I think everything happens for a reason. And me in that 1 bedroom apartment, getting to your full circle moment, I wrote the system in that 1 bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
And so here we are talking about that movie now.
I love it. And just so many jewels that you dropped right there and right there. The iron sharpening iron, the staying steadfast, even when you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, trusting God through all of it, because it's a process. And as soon as you eliminate the hard part of the process, it's like a cheat code. You can't do that. We can't skip the line, and you were faithful to that. And that is amazing. With the system, the art of storytelling, so many people watch entertainment to be entertained. Do you feel a responsibility to educate or to enlighten, or is it just sheer entertainment?
I always try to drop a little medicine in the sugar. Mm-hmm. This is entertainment. This is about having people come and enjoy themselves. I like sci-fi, action, and horror movies. That's the things that I used to go to that little video store and rent.
Oh, well, this is your
Those are
season then. It's spooky
this is
season. You all
it's
in.
spooky season. Oh, I was in the garage last night serving up spooky shots to the neighbors. We was, but anyway, that's another story. Uh, so I like genre material. So that's the stuff I write. I write sci-fi, action, horror movies. The first movie I did for Netflix or for Blumhouse and Netflix is called Thriller. It was like my Friday the 13th, my Halloween with black and brown kids. So but the message in that movie was what happens when you bully somebody and what happens when you lie and that lie snowballs. And it was a cautionary tale. So for me, the system came to me because a producer had sent me an article about this prison upstate New York where the warden and the powers that be had prisoners fighting to the death. And as I started to dig deeper into the corruption and the private prison institution and the treatment of black and brown men inside these facilities, I just figured there's a movie here that I can add an action component to, but there is a world here that we need to pull the curtain back on. And
Absolutely.
so that was how the system was born. And it is an action movie. It is a fight movie, but it's also a message about being trapped inside the system, inside the private prison system, and also the corruption that goes on, and also, the idea that we are victims of it, and meaning black men and brown men and our families.
Yeah. You know what, Dallas, I'll challenge you on this because I know that you said the hurricanes and the gumbo alone would get you here. Well, the system part two, starring Angola. Now that's strike three. So you got to get to Louisiana, right? And
Hey, mm,
I know
mm,
these are
mm,
serious suggestions. And let me tell you why.
mm.
When you talk about a prison that's upstate New York and they have all of this that's going on, well, on the other side of this mic for the past 25 years, you begin to hear stories and to report stories, and then the world becomes this much smaller. So now you either know who it happened to or who did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Angola, the mentality of Louisiana, the repeat offenders, and the system itself. You can see the system. So I know watching this film is going to have something that's going to resonate with so many people in so many other states. And as you get deeper and you get deeper, it goes from entertainment to documentaries and to testimonials and to how people see it. And then that brings about change because when you start shining a light on people, even through the world of entertainment, change has got to come from that, and I can't wait
Mm-hmm.
for the world to be able to see this. Of course, they're going to have some message. Everybody walks away with something different. But for the viewer that's coming in contact with a Dallas Jackson production for the very first time, what is it that you want us to walk away with?
Well, first and foremost, I want you to be entertained or at least say, damn, that was good. And second of all, come away with a message, something that will hold and stay with you. Now, in the system, there's a few. I wanted to paint the idea and continue to paint the idea of black action heroes
Yeah.
and what we will do for our families. This movie is all about Tyrese trying to get his daughter taken care of. She's sick. He can't pay the hospital bills. He served this country faithfully, and this country has not repaid that debt to him. And so he's forced into this life of crime. And so, I want to continue to paint the ideas of heroes of color. And then he's placed into this situation where, like you said, we all know somebody in the system. We all know somebody locked up. I just had a cousin come out again for the third time.
Yeah.
He's a repeat offender. And so I think to a certain degree, we know these people that have been institutionalized. And that is the character of Terrance in this movie. Is he's inside for a crime he admits he committed, even though he was defending a family member. And he's been institutionalized. And Tyrese's character wakes him up. And so I want people to walk away with this. And there's a few messages. And I'm not trying to hit people in the head with an action movie and message, but there is a picture painted here that you can walk away with, and even to a certain degree, hopefulness,
Yeah.
hopefulness that we can change things, hopefulness that we have heroes that can come inside and at least inspire to burn these institutions down. And even the idea that we as Black men will do anything for our families and fight for them. And literally, Tyrese is fighting for his family, literally.
I love that.
So, you know, I'm trying to have you walk away and go, damn, that was good. And hey, what about, is it really that bad? Let me go Google.
Yeah.
Let me go look at something and see what if this movie is it really going on like that?
Mm-hmm.
Because it really is going on like that in some
Indeed.
places.
Indeed. And, you know, I'm loving it. I'm so proud of you because it's easy for people, as you stated, to get complacent and to say, you know what, I'm just going to be cool and chill out here. I've done enough. And if you don't do another, you've done more than enough. But there's so much more that has been downloaded to you in order for you to give to the world. And I want you to think of this as an extension of your office. You know, so whenever you
Mm.
have something that's popping off, I want you on the hotline. I need you on the 10 line. But wait, I've been practicing. Wait, hold on, wait. Wait, wait. Oh, Charlie, don't leave me. How was that? Hold the applause, please. Hold
Are
the
you
applause. Hold the
are
applause.
you
Thank you.
auditioning or what are we? Oh, you auditioning?
Yeah,
I didn't know
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Sure, sure.
Oh, you were great.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that scared me. I didn't know we had a medical condition going on. I think that we could work with you. We can
Okay,
figure
okay.
something out.
Oh, wait,
We
wait.
can
In
get you.
scene. Forgot. I was still in.
Thank you. Yeah. Don't forget that. And by the way, all we need to do is get you a SAG card,
Okay, okay.
and then you can go
Uh-huh.
ruin. I mean, you can go do other people's movies.
Oh man, I'm
Right, I'm tired of
sensitive
that.
now. I'm a sensitive thug. Hold tight.
By the way, personality is fantastic. So you
Thank
might
you.
not even have to act. You might just be able to shine the way you shine right now.
I appreciate you so much.
Look at
I think
look at
that's the
look at Oprah.
easiest letdown I've ever had in life. The
Look
award
at
goes to
Oprah.
you.
Look at Oprah.
Thank you.
Oprah went from talk show host, and then people was like, she can act. We didn't even know that, till she showed up in Color Purple. So I see
Thank you.
a similar track for you. We're
I
gonna work on
appreciate you, Dallas. I appreciate you.
we're just gonna send you a little acting coach.
That's it. That's it. I got you. Say less. How can we keep up with you, your movement, and how can we get in front of the system?
Okay, so I am on Instagram as Dallas Jackson, but my Instagram name is DJ Classics. The DJ Classics, all one word with a Z at the end, because Black people have to do special things to their names.
Special.
We got to stand out. I am also on Twitter, but not for long because it's crazy over there. What's going on?
I know,
Elon
right?
Elon done took over and just said we all racist now.
Doing the most. 140 characters
Yeah,
a list. Tell me how you feel.
yeah, and I mean, and unleashed the N word. Like, hey, it's cool. This is all we come here and say whatever you want.
No, you cannot. That's
Yeah.
hot.
So I am on Twitter for maybe another 24 hours as DJ Classics with a Z. Um, but so my movement is self-generating. I'll continue to write projects, continue to direct projects. I am looking to do my next movie in January, which is it's called The Horde, and it's kind of like my martial arts Mad Max. I am into martial arts.
Okay.
My last two movies have been martial arts flavored. Um, and it's speaking to one possible future of this country if we keep going down the path that we're on now, in a civil war kind of element, and the idea of hope, but also the idea of evil kind of taking over in certain places in this country if we continue down the path that we're on. So I am trying to launch that movie in January with RZA, and we will continue to make movies that think and entertain, and we will have you come walk by the screen. We won't have you coughing and doing other. We're gonna have you say some really good lines. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want you to do that.
I'll walk by. Don't worry.
I don't want you to do that because I have a medic on set for stuff like that.
I appreciate you so much. You are the real MVP, and don't you dare let them tell you different. You heard me?
Thank you. And the person that first really gave me a shot was Master P. Yeah. And I know he's a hometown hero. I haven't seen P for some years, but he was my grad school. He had me write 2 scripts for him, as I mentioned to you, Uncle P and About It Too. And when I finished those scripts, he called me and said, "Where you at?" I said, "I'm at home. I finished scripts." He said, "You supposed to be on set. You heard? You the
Yeah, you
producer."
heard me. Where you at? You quit?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know. I didn't know I was supposed to. I thought I gave him the script, and he did. No, you supposed to be on set. You heard? And I went to set, and I was able to learn every function of a movie getting made because Master P gave me that access.
That's good. And
So
I don't think he realized how many lives that he actually has touched too, right? Long story
mm,
short, he's the reason why I started in radio. As a
mm,
teenager, I was at Baton Rouge Magnet High, and it was visual and performing arts. One of the electives was
mm-hmm,
radio. They told me no just because the class wasn't full and I wanted to get in that. They suggested I go to swimming instead. I was like, but I didn't ask for
mm.
that. So I said, forget it. I'll go
That's
to the
wild.
real radio station. Speaking out of turn, because I was only 14, turning 15, but Master P, he held an open audition for a Partners in Peace team talk show. Auditioned for the
Mm,
show, and I became the host of the show, produced the
mm.
show, and I've been in radio for 25 years ever since.
I mean, you don't even look like you've been around that long.
Well,
So,
thank you.
but let
Thank
me
you.
say something. That man, as you said, has touched a lot of people's lives, gave them silent motivation,
Yeah.
gave them access, gave them opportunities. And, it's not just me and you, with so many people. I had sat down with Eddie Griffin, and he was telling me a story. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
of Master P being the first champion of him with a wallet, able to make things happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's a hometown hero for you guys,
Yeah.
and I continue to, when you said you heard, I was like, yeah, okay. I had a Master P flashback.
Well, good.
God
That's
bless
a
that man, and
connection.
God bless you.
Absolutely, you as well. And I want you to come to Louisiana soon. You get back to work because I know you got things to do. So you chase the sun or let the sun chase you. But either way, you get after it. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
I appreciate that, and I really had fun. There's supposed to be a long list of interviews today. I don't think anything's going to top this, so I might just tap out now, even though my publicist will probably kick my butt.
Well, you know what?
But
Don't
this has
tap
been
out.
fun.
Just let her know that we had fun today. Don't tap out because the world deserves to see you. So do that.
Okay, copy that. Well, I will receive that. Well received. You're right. But this has been fantastic, and yes, I will. Shoot me invite on Instagram and whoever else is listening. But me and you will stay in contact because I'm going to get
Absolutely.
that gumbo and hurricane.
Absolutely. I already contacted you. You got 24 hours or less, or your account will self-destruct.
Copy that.
Have a great day and thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank
I will
you.
talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you, Tasha.